It's blue skies under Anchorage, Alaska here at Mulcahy Stadium, and it's another edition of Bucs Baseball. But tonight, it's a different one. The Bucs will take on the American Legion All-Star team put together by the best high schoolers across the state of Alaska. Should be a real fun one up here at Mulcahy Stadium. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everyone. Milo Hoffman alongside Alex Burstein. Now, Alex, last night the Bucs took down the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks, but this time around it's a whole different vibe. Going against high schoolers from Alaska should be real exciting.
Yeah, I mean, this is what baseball is all about, playing against kids who just love the game. Obviously, a lot of these Bucs players were in their same shoes just a few years ago, dreaming of playing D1, dreaming of playing at the next level, and now the Bucs got to get to show them how it's done. It's going to be a very interesting game. It'll be the Bucs pitching to the Bucs. We'll get to that in a second, but this should just be a fun day of baseball for a great cause and should be very fun.
Yeah, let's start to talk about it a little bit. Also, only 6 innings of play today here at Mulcahy Stadium. So a little bit of a different look here, but should be a really fun one. We talked about that Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks win last night. The Bucs improved to 6-1 on the season. So before we head to the American Legion All-Star team, we'll go back and take a look at how last night's showdown went down here at Mulcahy.
The 1-1. Goes outside. He'll check the runner at third. That might have hit him and escapes all the way into left field. And coming home is Caden Bradshaw for the game's first run in the top of the first inning. Here's the 3-2. That one slammed towards left field. McGarry gives chase, and he's going to watch this one fly. Brady Groves hammers one over the left field wall. Third home run of the season for the Chinooks, and that's Groves' first hit of the year. A 4-bagger. Chinooks lead 2-0. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch. Crushed towards right center field, and this one will drop for a base hit. McGarry turns third. He's in safely to score. To throw to second is in time. A gunned down Landon Underhill, who tried to stretch a single into a double, but an excellent start for the Bucs, who make this a 2-1 Chinooks lead here early on. The 1-2. Hit high in the air towards left field, and this one is gone! Third home run of the season for Lou Taylor, and we are all tied up in the bottom of the first. With just 1 away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jaden Toki. Next pitch lined left side, and that will drop for a single. Rolls all the way to the wall. Easily into score is Sean Toger. Jaden Toki has an RBI double on back-to-back days. It's 3-2 Anchorage. Silva's a seasoned ball player. He knows when it's coming his way. 1-2 pitch. Sherman grounds it right side. Opposite field base hit. Toki turns third. The throw home is not in time. Bounces away from the catcher into... It's an RBI knock, and the Bucs lead 4-2 in the first. So hasn't pitched a lot recently. 3-1. Cracked right field. This one's going and off the warning track. Toki races into third. They're giving him the signal. He's over the home plate. The throw, not tagged in time. A double from Logan Ewell, and the Bucs are in front 6-2 here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball, line through the gap on the right side. 1 runs in to score. All the runners will hold. That's an RBI single from Landon Underhill, and it's a 7-3 Bucs lead. Bases loaded, still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Here's Kindred's offering. McGarry swings it through left side, base hit. In comes Narrett. Rounding third is Haas. The throw comes left field, not in time. That's a 2-ribby single for Kai McGarry. And just like that, it's 11-3 Anchorage. Bases juice. Here's the pitch. Inside, and that's a walk. McGarry will take his bag, and that is also the ball game. So, the Bucs with a mercy rule off of Kai McGarry's walk, and they improved to 6-1 on the season. Well, there you have it. That's how last night's 13-3 demolition over the Chinooks went. The offense came back alive after a couple days where they're a little bit stagnant, but the Bucs got right back to what they do best.
Yeah, I mean, the offense was firing on all cylinders, and it's good to see your team obviously be able to win the low-run games like the Bucs were able to do against the Chinooks 2 days ago, but it's even better when you don't need to worry about that, and you can just score 13 runs and win in 7 innings. So that was definitely a good sign for the Bucs and something you love to see here early on in the season.
Now, a lot of the guys that were in the lineup last night aren't actually playing today. A little bit of a different look for the Anchorage Bucs. We'll get into that as we go closer to first pitch. But someone else who was very pleased with last night's game was head coach Joe Silva. Before this one against the American Legion All-Stars, I had a chance to catch up with him and talk before the game. Milo Hoffman here with head coach Joe Silva ahead of the Bucs matchup with the American Legion All-Stars. Coach, what are you most looking forward to playing against these group of good high schoolers?
Yeah, it's a very exciting day, for the community, for the organization, all around. So just really excited to see our guys go out and compete again, non-league game. But, just as long as we, don't go through the motions and we take our process seriously, that's what I'm looking forward to.
You think this is a chance for the high schoolers to learn from the college guys over here playing for the Ducks at the D1 level?
Yeah, I think, they get to see up in person, right, how college guys kind of go about their business and, them taking their game seriously. And, they have aspirations of playing at the next level. So, I think they'll get a taste of that for sure. And they've been, working out here all week at the camp. You got Alex Sanchez back in there at short after he's dealing with a little bit of an injury. What are you looking for him first action a little bit? Yeah, just getting his feet wet, honestly. A couple at-bats, right, playing some middle infield, right, getting back to how he is as a ball player. So, health is the biggest thing. So we're looking to take a step in the right direction today with that and see how he recovers tomorrow.
Eli Lipinski on the bump. Is it true that all the Alaska-born pitchers are going to get some action today's game, or is that not the case?
That is, yeah. That's how we are going to, kind of organize it. And, yeah, those guys will be hot, and they're going to throw today.
What are you looking for out of Eli Lipinski, the starter?
Yeah, just a solid opening inning, right? That's what it's gonna, that's what we're hoping for. But he's a guy that always wants the ball, and we like that and expect that out of him.
All right, thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much to head coach Joe Silva for talking to us before the game. Of course, as always, taking the time to speak. Now, you heard it there. He's going to Eli Lipinski to get the ball. Only expected to go 1 inning, as head coach Joe Silva said. He should do well in his opening inning. But in this situation, he's going to be going against his own teammates in the Bucs lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. I mean, obviously the Bucs have kind of seen their own pitchers through bullpens and batting practice, but this will be the first time you see the actual picture. And I mean, also he's going to be pitching against some of his collegiate teammates, Eli Lipinski versus Alex Sanchez, both Paradise Valley Community College guys. You never know, some other ones are going to come into the game, so should be very interesting to see that dynamic. Same will go with the high schoolers, them pitching against their own players, so should be interesting. Fun day of baseball, short day of baseball, but hey, it's a great day out.
Yeah, as Alex said, short day. Only 6 innings expected to be played here, or will be played at Mulcahy Stadium, unlike the normal 9 innings, of course. It's funny, though, because last night actually ended in 7 innings, so 2 straight days where the Bucs have played games that are less long than the normal game. It looks like a 3-man umpire crew will be on hand today for the Bucs versus the American Legion All-Stars. Now, you heard it in the interview with Joe Silva. Alex Sanchez getting the start today at shortstop. First time we've seen him in a while. Played third base back in the exhibition games, then got injured, and now he's back in the lineup. You heard it there, and Alex had a chance to talk to him before the game to see what Alex Sanchez had to say.
Here with Alex Sanchez, I have tonight's matchup. Alex back in the starting lineup for the first time in a couple weeks. How does it feel to get back out there?
It feels amazing. I mean, sitting back, watching the games for the past week or two, it's been sucky, but coming back, I mean, can't wait. I'm excited.
You learned anything being in kind of a different point of view for last week?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching Grant at shortstop, and I've learned a lot because, I mean, he looks so smooth, makes all the plays, and makes the hard ones look easy, so I'm trying to just replicate that and look as smooth as him.
Playing at short tonight, we saw you at third earlier in the season. What do you consider yourself? Shortstop, third baseman, infielder? What do you think of yourself as?
I would say utility. I mean, I started off at junior college as a shortstop, got moved over to second, so just wherever they put me in the lineup, I'll play.
What are you kind of looking to explore in your skill set the rest of the season?
I'm hoping to add on with the defense. I mean, looking at our defense is pretty great, so hopefully I could just come back in the lineup and just add better plays and look just as smooth as the rest of them.
How's it feel to swing a bat again and now a game environment?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I've been waiting for this moment for the past couple of weeks to come back and play, so just can't wait to come out there and play.
And going with the mustache now, new mojo, trying to switch something up?
Yeah, I mean, I had the beard for our little win streak that we started off the year with, and then the last loss, I mean, the team was saying I got to go with the mustache, so kind of going with the flow with them, you know.
Alex Sanchez of today's matchup, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Mulcahy. You heard it there for Alex. Thank you. It was actually Alex and Alex. I just realized that. A little Alex
duo.
squared interview here. Of course, Sanchez really happy to be back in the lineup. It's going to be a fun one on hand today. Bright skies under Mulcahy, or over Mulcahy Stadium. Here for the Bucs versus the American Legion All-Stars, the 32nd rendition of this. It's an annual thing, so this happens every year, and the coaches on the other side are actually college coaches. So Terry Baumgartner from Feather River College is one of the coaches for the American Legion All-Stars. Then you got Pat Jolie from Regis University, Mike Salazar from Rio Hondo College, Chase Costa from Feather River College, Nolan Atkins from Dodge City Community College, Brian Kim from Colorado School of Mines. So these colleges, you sound familiar because a lot of the players in the ABL actually go to these schools that are coached by these coaches. Jeremy Wenner at Chimiquette Community College, and then Taylor Boster at St. Martin's University. So exciting stuff. Really, it's kind of like a mixture between college and high school that the entire day.
Yeah, there was a camp the last 3 days where these players competed for the chance to be a part of this squad, and it was these 8 coaches or so who were evaluating them, made their choices. Taylor Boster will be doing the head managing jobs today, but all of these coaches have had a chance to see these players, and who knows, maybe pick up an offer or two over the last couple of games, so it's a really good opportunity for these kids.
Well, listen, all these guys on the Bucs were once in the shoes of the guys in the American Legion jersey. And it's really cool because they're all actually wearing their own jerseys. Kind of reminds me of
it's
the
like
old
retro All-Star.
Exactly. Remember the old days.
How it should be.
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree. I think that's how it should be throughout the entirety of sports, too. Forget the Pro Bowl jerseys in the NFL. Have everyone go out there wear their own helmets. I remember that being so cool. But the players for Slade and Mole are being introduced in their own jerseys and their own caps. So it's just an exciting time here at Mulcahy Stadium. Everyone's super into it. And you expect some of the parents of the high schoolers to be on hand today. They've been coming to camp all throughout the week. We've been seeing them as we come up to the stadium for a game or getting ready to go to an away game. They've been playing on this field, so they know what it's like to play here at Mulcahy.
Yeah, a lot of these players were in here for camp, but also a lot of them play here just during the regular season and during the state finals, which a lot of which are held here at Mulcahy. So obviously cool to play on this big field, but a lot of these starting 9 and a lot of the whole roster has played here before, so that's an interesting experience for them for sure.
Yeah, playing college students who they hope to be in their shoes one day. And maybe some of them will be in the ABL one day too, playing right back here at Mulcahy Stadium for one of the teams. We're going to our lineups really quickly here for both sides. We'll start with the American Legion side. Now, it's going to be in and out the entire time for American Legion, a different lineup or different defensive lineup each inning, really. But we'll go into the lineup. Freddie Reyes is going to lead off. He's playing shortstop in the first inning. Gabriel Wheeler is playing center field. Keegan Lennox over in right. It'll be Reed Craner at second base. Palmer Batum is hitting fifth. You got Cody Otto over at first. Jacob Junis at third base. And Ramon Guzman is doing the pitching. Daniel Stevenson is playing left field to round out the lineup and bat ninth. For the Bucs, it's James Provencio leading off. He'll bat second. Austin Cavell over in right. Nate Muncie batting third at first base. Sean Toger, the left fielder, is batting cleanup. And you got Wylan Nelson at third base batting fifth. RJ Rue, the DH, is batting sixth. Rain Matsuzaki, the catcher. Cooper Soselski batting eighth in center. And then Alex Sanchez back in the lineup, hitting ninth and over at shortstop. Eli Lipinski is the pitcher for the Bucs. Hails from Anchorage, Alaska. So a hometown kid pitching against some of the hometown kids of American Legion.
Yeah, I mean, he grew up playing American Legion ball and playing around this circuit, so he knows these fields well. He knows this feeling of being able to play in front of the hometown fans. Now he gets to do it once again all summer, but especially here tonight means a little bit more, and obviously a very special game, the Sladen Bowl game, and what it means to the community. So very, very interesting experience here tonight for all the parties involved.
Yeah, this 32nd annual college coaches camp here at Mulcahy Stadium. Now, the reason this game is played, the annual College Coaches Camp All-Stars versus the Anchorage Bucs, is named after Sladen Mole, who played for South Legion Post 4 and the Bucs, but that was before he was tragically killed by a DUI driver in 2019. This raising awareness for Sladen Mole, of course being remembered today here at Mulcahy Stadium by so many of the fans here and or listening to us and watching from wherever you may be. So, all in memory of Sladen Mole, who passed away tragically back in 2019. Bucs are being introduced on the field as we speak, as the American Legion All-Stars are lined up along the first baseline. Set a little bit of a different look for the Bucs today. Of course, a different game in total. 6 innings are being played instead of the usual 9. A couple different players in different spots. Austin Kamel back in the outfield. Saw him take a couple reps in the outfield in the exhibition games. Now he's back there for the first time. Sean Toger, who was over at first yesterday, is playing the outfield as well. Nate Muncie gets his first start of the season over at first. We've seen him a bunch of times on the hill, pitching from that left-handed side. He's over at first base. Wyland Nelson also gets his first start in the field. He'll play third. James Provencio, not normally a second baseman, too. He's at second, usually gets time over at third base. And RJ Rue DHing. I think it's the first time he's DHing all year long, too. So just everyone's moving around and getting at bats against Eli Lipinski. I want to make that clear. The Bucs are going against their own Eli Lipinski. And will be going against their own pitchers throughout the entirety of this game.
Yeah, it should be extra interesting to see that shortstop position tonight. We mentioned our talk with Alex Sanchez. He kind of considers himself a utility guy, can play anywhere around the infield, but first time this season at shortstop, that should be interesting.
Yeah, and you know, he's very capable of playing all throughout the infield. We're ready for the national anthem, so we'll let you go to the PA. National anthem played here at Mulcahy, and we're just about set for first pitch. Of course, this is a game that won't count towards the standings of the ABL. So, just a really nice opportunity for the high school players to get reps against college-level players, and for some of the guys on the Bucs team.
I mean, this is all about reps all summer long. It's that way for the Bucs, and it's that way for these high school players as well. They're in the middle of their Legion season, so a lot of these guys were pitching and hitting just a couple days ago before the camp started on Monday. So they're in the full swing of things, just like the Bucs. Don't expect them to come out cold or anything. They have their high school seasons and now their Legion seasons. This should be high-quality high school and high-quality pitching as well.
Now, we saw the high school state championships here a couple of weeks ago. A couple of these players took part in that. Now, the teams really spread out throughout the entirety of the lineup, but there are definitely some common themes. You got Chugiak, post 33, Diamond post 21, Eagle River, East post 34, Kenai post 20, Palmer post 15, Service post 28, South post 4, and Wasilla post 35. So it's like 6 or 7 teams are being represented in this American Legion All-Star game.
Yeah, most of them from the surrounding area. Kenai a little bit further of a drive. They compete in a little further away games, but a lot of them just from the Anchorage area. These players have grown up, seen games here at Mulcahy, playing games here, and now they have a chance for a big one here tonight, playing on and against some very high-quality baseball players in the Bucs. I mean, how cool is it to be a high school, some of these guys, sophomores, juniors, and be able to face off
Really
against talent who are playing in some of the toughest college conferences in the nation.
Ramon Guzman is the leadoff pitcher. Funny saying that, but I guess you could go with the opener. Pitched to a 3.73 ERA last season at Wasilla post 35. He'll also pitch to his own teammates. So Freddie Reyes, the shortstop, going to lead off against Ramon Guzman. Reyes comes from East Post 34. Here's the pitch. Called strike, and we're underway here at Mulcahy between the Bucs and the American Legion All-Stars. Gorgeous day on hand. No clouds in the sky. Guzman's ready for the 0-1 outside. Freddie Reyes, class of 2028 high schooler. Guzman comes set. Here's the 1-1 offering. Called strike on the outside corner. So it's 1-2 on Reyes.
Yeah, biggest difference you're probably going to see between the high school and college pitching. Obviously, slightly smaller arsenals for these high school pitchers, but they're still pounding the zone.
That one's hammered foul left side. All the way back into the batting cages out there and left. So nice rip from Freddie Reyes. Now, it's really funny because the pitcher has people playing behind him that he's never played with before. So, of course, a lot of these high schoolers also are used to playing against each other. So this isn't anything new for them. Here's the 1-2 from Guzman outside. So it's 2-2 on Reyes.
Yeah, I think the most interesting dynamic with that is, let's say you have a ball shot back to the pitcher, or the pitcher has to cover first base. Those aren't plays that you've practiced with your own teammates, so we'll see how that works.
Here's the 2-2 offering. Line left side, base hit for Reyes. Way to start off the game for Freddie Reyes and the American Legion All-Stars. So there's one aboard here with nobody out in the top of the first.
Now by number 18, Gabriel Wheeler.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it didn't used to be like this. It used to be played straight up. 2 years ago, they played them straight up, and I think the American Legion All-Stars actually came out with the victory. So, different this time around, but not an easy walk in the park either way. Guzman said, out of the stretch, deals a strike, and it's 0-1 now on Gabriel Wheeler. Wheeler out of Wasilla post 35 as well. Actually, class of 2024, so he already graduated. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw down. Not in time. So Reyes picks up a steal. Runner in scoring position now for American Legion. Wheeler still at the dish. Counts 0-2.
Yeah, Wheeler, the only player in this lineup for the Legion team that's actually playing college ball.
Yeah.
Just spent his freshman year at the University of Maine at Presque Isles. So interesting dynamic there, coming back to play for some high school.
Here's the pitch. Chopped on the ground towards short. Sanchez comes over, throws off balance. Not in time, and it gets past Muncie. Wheeler goes to second as the throw went into the dugout. Reyes advances to third. Oh, now they're going to say he's going to come home. So that bounced into the dugout. Reyes is awarded 2 bags, so he comes on home, and the score is 1-0 American Legion.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Bucs here early in this one. Alex Sanchez, we mentioned, hasn't played for a couple of weeks after dealing with some injury in the exhibition slate, and that one just completely unleashes it towards the dugout of the Legion All-Stars here, and they'll take that early on.
Exactly. Now Keegan Lennox up for American Legion. First pitch to him way inside. So 1-0 on Keegan Lennox out of Service Post 28. Hit .224 last season as a high schooler in 25 games played. Also pitched a bunch. Pitched to a 1.91 ERA. So a two-way player. There's going to be a meeting it looks like, between the 3-man umpire crew.
Yeah, I wonder if this is about what bases everyone gets, because they awarded Reyes all the way to home because when the ball was called out of play, he was at third, but he was kind of jogging into there.
Right.
I kind of doubt they would change a call this early in an exhibition game. And no, they're sending Wheeler back to second base. I don't think they're going to bring the runner back to third, but
No.
that saves one base for the Bucs at least.
Well, that would be weird if they brought him back after throwing a pitch to Keegan Lennox.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're even able to do that.
Right.
But hey, anything goes in
There
exhibition
you
play.
Everyone trying to pick up reps, have fun. Of course, it's not an actual league game for the Bucs, just a Thursday game here at Mulcahy, not associated with the ABL. So Guzman comes set after a little bit of a pause. It's Lennox in the lefty box. Runner on second, that's Wheeler. Pitch outside. And it's 2-0 now. Players going to be rotating in and out throughout the entirety of the game. Guzman comes set. His only inning as the pitcher. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, hit on the ground towards Sanchez. He gobbles it up, throws in time to first. Wheeler advances to third on the play. So 2 outs here in the top of the first. And that brings up Reed Craner now. Second baseman.
Yeah, a little bit of redemption there for Sanchez. Another routine. That one a little easier to field for the shortstop, but nice throw for the first. Get his confidence back, and that'll be the first out of the game. A little later than the Bucs probably were expecting.
Well, the Bucs are ready on defense. Here's the pitch outside. So it's 1-0 now on Reed Craner. Career, get this, .399 batter at the varsity level over there at Palmer Post 15. He can swing it. Guzman set. And here's the 1-0 offering. Swung on, fouled right back. You can hear it too. The high schoolers are playing with the metal bats.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the high schoolers, because the ball's going to fly a little bit further with that.
I think they should both play with metal
Slower
bats.
pitching and harder bats. That seems like a recipe for success.
The 1-1 is cut on and missed, so 1-2 on Reed Craner. Just underway here at Mulcahy Stadium in the top of the first. 1 run already home for American Legion. Guzman set at the letters. He pitches out of the windup. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3. Just clipped the outside corner. So now there's 2 outs here in the top of the first.
It's about the only time you're going to hear the opposing dugout call cheer for a strikeout, because the Bucs are rooting for their high school teammate here on the mound. I guess the pitchers are not two-way players, but 2 team players here today.
So here's Palmer Dalton out of Service Post 28. First pitch to him, pours in for a strike. So 0-1 on Dalton. Going to be really interesting to see how the speed of the game changes inning to inning.
Yep. Half inning to half inning.
True. Dalton in the box. Sort of a crunch stance. Wiggles the bat high above his right shoulder. Here's Guzman's offering. Off speed in there for a strike. Nice movement on that. So 0-2 now on Dalton. Defense played straight up for the Bucs. Runner on third. It's Gabriel Wheeler. Dalton hit .216 last season with Service Post 28. Here's Guzman's 0-2, just outside. Nice take. So 1-2 now on Palmer Dalton. Slated to graduate next year. 2 outs, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Off speed, just inside. And it's 2-2 now on Dalton. First time we're seeing Wylan Nelson for the Bucs over there at third. He's been taking reps throughout the week and in practice, so he's capable of playing there. Also a pitcher. There's the 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, foul right side. Past Nate Muncie's reach. So still 2-2.
Yeah, nice idea there for Palmer with the runner at third base. He'd love to chop one to the opposite field. Maybe a couple extra base hits yourself, and certainly an RBI.
Yeah. RBI opportunity, chance to bring in the second run of the inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Bounced up there. Wheeler takes notice and comes on him to score. So a wild pitch from Guzman leads to the second run of the inning. And just like that, American Legion up 2-0. It's really interesting, though, because Guzman is eventually going to be playing for the team that's now up 2-0.
It's like double agent stuff.
Exactly. Players all over the place, but it's all just for a great cause, and everyone's coming together here at Mulcahy. The payoff pitch outside, so that's a walk for Palmer Dalton. So Dalton's aboard on first, and now it's Jacob Johnson, the hitter for American Legion. Sorry to be Cody Otto, looks like.
Post 15, number 9, Cody Otto.
So Otto will be the hitter. He comes from Palmer Post 15. Guzman set out of the stretch. It's Dalton who leads off first. Here's the pitch outside. And it's 1-0 now on Cody Otto, who hit .356 last season. Some of these guys go up there and just hit. And of course they're all-stars, so they're used to dominating at their level. Guzman's 1-0 pitch way up there. So it's 2-0.
We had this conversation on Tuesday about how a lot of these Bucs players were the best kids on their high school team, and now come play here where everyone was the best. And this is, I mean, a lot of them are from the same high schools, but they're some of the top players on their team, and now they're coming and playing against a lot of other really good players.
The 2-0 is driven high in the air towards right field. Austin Gamel camps under it, and he makes the grab. And that'll do it in the top of the first. So 2 runs come in to score for American Legion, and we'll go to the bottom half of the inning. Bucs coming to bat, down 2. It's Anchorage Bucs baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium. This time, Eli Lipinski will take the hill for the Bucs as he claps hands with his American Legion defenders behind him. So, pitching with high schoolers on defense, but he has his own catcher in Ren Matsuzaki. Matsuzaki behind the dish, and one of his teammates, James Provencio, comes up to hit. Provencio actually leads the ABL in batting average this season, so can really put the ball in play with the best of them. He's off to a good start here, playing third base the majority of the time. Lipinski comes set. And here's the first pitch to Provencio outside. And it's 1-0.
Well, we've had this debate through the first couple weeks of the season if these big run games are because the other teams have weaker pitching or if the Bucs offense is so good.
Yeah.
It can actually be settled kind of here today because we'll see.
Here's the 1-0 offering called strike. And it's 1-1. It's different for the umpires, too.
Yeah.
Inning to inning or half inning to half inning, they have to get used to different speeds and movement. So they got to be on their toes today.
Yeah, you're probably going from about 75, a couple kids can touch 80, to most going up to the upper 80s, 90.
Yep. Here's the 1-1 pitch way outside. So it's 2-1 now on James Provencio. Eli Lipinski, the pitcher for the Bucs, out of Paradise Valley Community College, but from Anchorage, Alaska. Here's the 2-1 way outside. So 3-1 now on James Provencio. This game, again, does not count towards the regular season standings for the ABL. An annual game that the Bucs play against Sladen Mole. Here's a 3-1 swing and a miss. Nice off speed from Eli Lipinski. And it's 3-2. So full count on Provencio, the leadoff man for the Bucs. Just underway here in the bottom of the first. Lipinski set. Here's the offering, bounced up there. Nice block from Matsuzaki, but it didn't matter. Provencio walks on over to first. And there's one aboard here in the top of the first for the Bucs.
Yeah, I think if you're the Bucs today, the one thing you don't want is walks.
Exactly.
Because you'd love to see your players swing the bat. You'd love to see strikeouts from your pitchers. The one thing that doesn't really help either side is walks. So this is not exactly batting practice, but it's a good chance to just get some swings in. So hopefully we'll see more pitches in the strike zone coming forth.
Here's the pitch to Gamal. He fouls it right back. I mean, not batting practice one bit. These are guys that they're used to seeing at practice every day. They want to do well, of course, because like the American Legion team, a lot of these Bucs guys are teammates right now.
Yep.
Most of them weren't teammates throughout the college season. In fact, the majority. A couple of the guys came over from the same college. So Provencio off first has about a 5-foot lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit up the middle towards center field. Drops in front of the center fielder, Wheeler. So Provencio advances to second. Gamal with a single. And there's runners on first and second for the Bucs here in the top half of the first.
Yeah, pretty weak wind here today. Slightly blowing out to left field. You can see the ball kind of dip a little bit off course to left center in the air, but a nice bloop hit there from Austin Gamel.
Yep.
Trying to get back some at-bats here, and gets a good reach.
Worked a walk yesterday as he pinch hit in the last inning when the Bucs walked it off with a walk due to the 7-run inning rule. Here's the pitch to Muncy. He drives it deep into right center field. Wheeler on the track, and he makes the grab. Tagging from second to third is Provencio. Gamel goes back to first, and that's a long out for Nate Muncy. Runners on the corners now for the Bucs with one out.
Yeah, Muncy hasn't had many chances to swing the bat this season, I believe. Through his first 4 plate appearances, he only swung his bat 2 times, so got a little swing friendly there, sent it a far way out there in center field, but he'll have a few more at-bats here today and try to make his first hit of the season.
Yeah, he can swing it. Just looking for at-bats to prove it. Lipinski set now against Sean Toker. Runners on the corners. Corners in for American Legion. Pitch swung on and lifted high in the air towards left field. Stevenson gives it a look, and it bounces in front of him. Provencio comes on in to score. That's a bloop single for Sean Togert. And the Bucs pick up a run here in the bottom half of the first. It's 2-1. Elysian still on top.
Yeah, hardly a bloop there. It was really a towering fly ball, but the problem was I think the left fielder lost it in the sun there because he looked kind of startled when it ended up a foot in front of him.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you're playing at this time of day and in the new ballpark, and you just don't know what to do.
So runners on first and second now for the Bucs. Pitch down low, taken, and it's 1-0 now. Wylan Nelson, the hitter for Anchorage, playing third base today. His first at-bat of the season. Here's the 1-0. Called strike on the off-speed. Just clipped the outside corner. So 1-1 now on Wylan Nelson. Already committed to the University of San Diego. He's actually just a high schooler. Graduated a couple months ago. 1-1 pitch outside.
Yeah, Nelson did this two-way thing really well this past season. Was a strong hitter in California. We've mentioned his very strong pitching numbers, 101 Ks on the mound in 1 year, which is ridiculous. And now We'll see what he does at the D1 level, but getting a chance to do it this summer as well.
He lines one into left field. Stevenson looks at it, now onto the track, can't make the play, and it bounces up against the wall. Gamel rounds third, he comes in to score, while Nelson cruises into second with a stand-up double, and just like that, we're knotted up at 2 here in the first. Sean Toger held up at third on the play. So nice contact for Wyland Nelson in his first at-bat of the season. It's got to be interesting for head coach Joe Silva. He has his pitcher on the hill, and he also has his hitters in the box. So kind of a split day for the head man.
Yeah, I think you're just dream scenarios, maybe 1 run in an inning.
Right, exactly.
Offense does a little, pitcher
Yeah.
gets a strikeout or 2, so something like that, but...
Lipinski set, pitch to Rouet is high flied, left side, stays in the infield. Reyes, the shortstop, reaches up and makes the grab. So there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Runners stay put where they are.
Well, the Bucs have been very swing-friendly here today. A lot of swings and a lot of hits on the first pitches of at-bats. Maybe they just want to keep the pace of the game going. You might imagine that, but hey, it's worked a couple times, doesn't there?
So Reese Sherman now hitting for the Bucs. Lipinski set out of the bell. Here's the pitch, swung on a hit up the middle, through for a base hit. Toger comes on in to score. Nelson right behind him, no throw is made. And that's a 2-ribby single for Reese Sherman, and the Bucs are on top 4-2. So Sherman came in for Matsuzaki, who caught.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, Matsuzaki's catching. I just got real confused there for a sec. So Matsuzaki's the catcher.
Sherman's, I guess,
Sherman
catcher, DH,
is
2-way,
right.
3-way guy.
He'll probably come on in to catch at some point. He's off first now. 4-2 the score. Pitch outside to Cooper Siselski.
I think the biggest difference here today is going to be the outfield play because it's a lot different catching balls, high fly balls when you're being hit them by college players versus high school players, and that's where the Bucs have taken advantage early on.
The 1-0 tapped foul. You're right. It's good practice, though, because, of course, the ball is going to be hit harder off some of the Buck players. With
That's the whole purpose of today's game. You're playing talent that, I mean, these players are going to go back to playing high school players for the rest of the summer and be like, oh, this is easy.
1-1's the count. Sherman off first. Here's the pitch from Lipinski. Off speed in there for a strike. And it's 1-2 on Cooper Siselski. Siselski playing center today. First time we've seen him out there. Usually plays the corner outfield positions. 1-2's the count. Here's the pitch. Goes behind Siselski. Sherman advances to second on the play. He's smiling. Maybe says a few words to Siselski. Of course, doesn't want to hit any of his own players. That's not the point of this game whatsoever. So, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second, and Reese Sherman for the Bucs. 4 runs already home here in the first. Lipinski ready out of the stretch. Here's the 2-2. That hit him. So that hit Cooper Siselski on the off speed. He'll take first. Now Alex Sanchez up to the dish for the first time in a while. I was going to say in the regular season, but he hasn't played in the regular season. Only played in the exhibition games for Anchorage.
Yeah, they looked really strong in those first couple games over in the hot corner. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. New players have come in, but he's ready to make his mark, and especially after that error in the first, he wants to kind of switch his mojo around.
Here's the pitch to him. Cut on and missed.
I loved his mentality of he had a beard and the team started losing, and now he switched to a mustache.
It started losing. They lost 1 game.
Yeah, but, he said, the dugout said you have to shave it.
That's true.
He listened.
Now he's rocking the mustache. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Looked at down low. So it's 1-1 on Alex Sanchez. You said he looked really good in the exhibition games. He was probably the best hitter.
Yeah.
The Bucs said he
got
Corey
injured.
Corey Bantam was really good. Sanchez got injured coming into second on a double that was rocketed into left center field. Now he rockets one into center. Right in front of the center fielder, Wheeler, and it bloops in front. So that's an RBI single for Alex Sanchez. Reese Sherman comes around to score. And it's 5-2 now, Bucs on top.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much longer the Bucs are going to keep really swinging the bats, already having scored 5 runs in the first, which, of course, is what they did yesterday as well. They put the runs on early, but especially against a younger team like this, you don't want it to be a complete blowout.
Right.
You want to keep it competitive maybe, so we'll see what they do here going forward.
American Legion defense played pretty straight away as Ren Matsuzaki comes back after talking to his pitcher Eli Lipinski. Now it's back to the top of the order for the Bucs and James Provencio. Sanchez off first. Lipinski's set. Here's the pitch, outside. Soselski over at second after he got hit by the pitch. So, a little bit of a rough inning here for Eli Lipinski, pitching to his own teammates here in American Legion versus Anchorage Bucs. The annual game played between these two sides. Pitch is a strike, so 1-1 now on Provencio. Crowd quiet on hand, but a bunch of people here to our left and right. 1-1 offering outside. So it's 2-1 now on James Provencio, who walked back, or not back. It's still the first inning. He walked early in this inning.
Yeah, and you have to wonder if the Bucs just know their pitchers very well,
right?
Because he's been missing the zone sometimes, and it seems like every pitch in the zone they've been hammering.
Pitch is called to strike on the off speed.
And that could just be, I mean, yes, probably Lipinski wishes he had a little better stuff tonight, but also when you're watching bullpens, you see how the ball comes out of his hand. You know, you might be hearing stuff that Matsuzaki or the coaching staff is yelling, so you know exactly what's coming.
Here's the 2-2, poked foul left side.
A lot of interesting elements to today's game.
Yes. Very interesting. And it's a gorgeous day for it to be held. Wind slowly moving from right to left, out towards left field. The outfielders have been getting a lot of action so far. Nothing to right field, though. Lennox over there, camping out. Pitch is outside to Provencio. So it's full now on the leadoff man for the Bucs. First time we've seen Provencio hit leadoff. Now, he's a tailor-made leadoff guy.
He
Contact
is, yeah.
all through, so maybe see him later in the season for the Bucs in this spot. Who knows? Payoff pitch is sliced foul, and they'll do it again.
We saw him kind of climbing up the batting order early on in the season. Started as kind of a bottom of the lineup guy. We saw him get his first start right after in the second exhibition game in the 9. He had a solid game going forward a few spots, then was up to 8. I think we saw him get as high as 2. Yeah, in the season second game, he was hitting in the 2 spot.
Payoff pitch is fouled back once again. So Sanchez and Soselski are looking at Provencio right now. Really, you got to make me run?
Yeah, this is supposed to be their not off day, but it's supposed to be their relaxing game that doesn't entirely count. And now, especially in the sun, it's hot today.
It's very hot. Hot up here in the booth. But I'd rather this than pouring rain. The payoff pitch once again swung on, poked right back to Lipinski on a bounce. He throws over to first in time. So that'll finally do it here in the bottom of the first inning. 5 runs come home for the Bucs. And we'll go to the top off. Legion coming to bat. It's Anchorage Bucs baseball. We'll be right back. Mulcahy Stadium. Bucs on top, 5-2. To go the top half of the second. Gorgeous day here at Mulcahy. It'll be the Bucs defense playing behind the pitcher for American Legion. And it's Richard Berta on the hill for American Legion.
It looks like the Bucs keeping their defensive alignment for at least another inning longer. It's an interesting situation because a lot of the starters not playing today, so you might see the defense stay the same for most of the 9 innings, or 6 innings, I should say, not like the Legion All-Stars, but we'll see as the game goes on. Try to figure out all the X's and O's up here from the press box.
So Bridger Bird out of Wasilla Post 35. Only pitched 4 innings with his Legion team. 5.25 ERA. Lefty on the hill. It's Jacob Junis in the box for American Legion. Pitch is swung on and skied in the air towards right. Gamel is there, the right fielder, and he makes the grab 5 feet in from the foul line. So 1 out here quickly in the top of the second.
Yeah, just a routine ball there for Austin Gamel, who's back to the outfield, as I mentioned in the pregame show. He's been playing all around this season, but obviously happy to be in the game. And that's one of those balls that dropped in the bottom of the first inning that is just going to be very playable for these Bucs players.
So now it's Jacob Junis. That was Cody Otto. Pitches inside. 1-0 now. Berta, lefty on the hill. Like I said, didn't pitch too much with his Legion team. Getting action here. The 1-0 is swung on and lined to left center field. That bloops in for a base hit. So, runner aboard here for American Legion in the top of the second. They scored 2 in the top of the first. So, trying to keep the scoring coming as they're down by 3.
Representing Wasilla Post 35, number 4, Ron Guzman.
I think we missed a player, or added
Yeah,
a player.
it's interesting. I don't know. I'm trying to match it up with what we're hearing. Oh, number 4 for American Legion is pitching. He showed bunt. Pitch gets away from the catcher, and the runner advances. So Junis on second now. Bridger Berta, it looks like, is the catcher for American Legion. As the pitch comes in, hit on the ground towards second. Provencio there, gobbles it up, fires in time to first. Runner advances to third on the play. So Jacob Junis is over at third with 2 outs.
Representing Kenai Post 20.
Yeah, we talked about the pace of the game and how it might affect teams. It's definitely been a much quicker pace to these bottom half of the innings than the top ones with the Legion players at bat, but we'll see if that continues here.
Here's the pitch, taken down low. And it's 1-0 now on Daniel Stevenson. Stevenson out of Kenai Post 20. Left on right matchup here. Top of the second. Runner on third for American Legion. It's Junis. 1-0 pitch inside. And it's 2-0. Here's the 2-0 offering. Bounced up there. Nice block from Berta. So, it's 3-0 now. American Legion trying to storm back and pick up a couple runs here. Down by 3. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, Carl Colavecchio in the bullpen for the Bucs. Here's the 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. And it's 3-1.
Yeah, nice off speed there to just float into the strike zone. We've seen decent pitching so far out of these high school players. You mentioned maybe not as much velocity, but hey, you can control your pitches at any level, and they're doing a really good job finding the zone.
3-1 pitch is hammered to left field. That dunks in for a base hit. Coming around to score is Junis. So, it's an RBI single, and just like that, it's 5-3. Bucs still on top.
Representing East Coast 34, number 30.
Daniel
Reyes.
Stevenson with a rocket over there to left. So back to the top of the lineup now for American Legion. It's Freddie Reyes, who ripped a single back in the first. First pitch to him is hit on the ground, third base side, fair, down the left field line. Rounding second is Stevenson. That goes all the way into the corner. Stevenson gets the stop sign. Reyes is rounding second, and we got a buckle here on the base mats. It's a whole situation. Sanchez throws back the runner. Reyes is caught in between second and third. Stevenson comes around to score. Nelson dives, and he tags him in time. But the run will count. Reyes got caught up. He thought Stevenson came around to score on the play. Instead, he didn't, but eventually he came around to score. Reyes tagged out in what was a crazy play to end the inning, but the inning comes to an end nevertheless. The run comes into score, so it's 5-4 now, Bucs on top. Then we'll head to the bottom of the second. It's Anchorage Bucs baseball. We'll be right back.
Now pitching.
Back here at Mulcahy Stadium for the bottom of the second. 5-4 the score now. Bucs still on top, but just by one run. Legion have scored 2 runs in both the first couple of innings. Carl Colavecchio on the hill now for the Bucs. His pitch is swung on and skied in the air, stays in the infield. The third baseman, Guzman, comes over, and the ball pops out of his glove in foul territory. And actually looked like it's Junis over there at third. So, ball popped out of his glove. Couldn't make the play. That was skied really high in the air.
Yeah, he did a good job tracking under it. I think he did about one step too far, so then he had to backtrack. When you do that, it's hard to keep your glove in control too, but good effort.
Sun is really beaming down here in Mulcahy. Perhaps a factor. Pitch is hit on the ground, right side, foul. Just barely.
And I'm trying to see where the sun would most affect. It's over like the right field pole right now, so
coming to left.
It's probably those left fielders and third baseman, shortstop too.
Right. We're in the bottom of the second. 5 runs came home to score for the Bucs in the bottom of the first. Now Austin Gamal still up. He singled and came around to score in the first. Colavecchio set, left on left matchup. Here's the pitch, off speed outside. So it's 1-2 on Gamal. 2 innings, 2 different pitchers for the Bucs.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see 6 innings, 6
you're right.
pitchers.
Here's the 1-2, high and wide. So 2-2 now on Gamal.
We may see a debut for the Bucs because they're trying to use all their pitchers, and we have yet to see this season, Jake Rafferty, an Anchorage native, so he could be coming in next inning.
Who knows? 2-2 pitch, topped foul.
It's like a mystery game of baseball.
Right, exactly.
Like, anything can happen. Maybe who knows? I'm sure we'll have one more surprise today.
Well, the thing is that it's probably going to be close throughout the entire game because the pitchers are facing hitters at their level.
Oh, it's definitely possible.
So even if the Bucs score a bunch of runs, Legion comes right back out there facing pitching that they're used to seeing. So it's pretty even. Here's the 2-2 pitch, taken for strike 3 called. Colavecchio rings up Gamel, and there's one down here in the bottom of the second.
The first baseman, Nate Muncy.
So I'm interested to see if Muncy's going to swing at the first pitch, because I think we've seen almost every single batter for the Bucs today do so. I'm wondering if they're doing that as a team.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Colavecchio comes set, yeah. Pitch down low, no swing. So it's 1-0 now on Muncy.
He didn't swing.
He didn't swing. Now, according to Muncy, he only has 3 swings now this entire year. A couple walks, a couple 4-pitch walks in his at-bat so far. 1-0, high and wide. So 2-0 now on Nate Muncy, playing first base today. Of course, pitches as well. Saw him 2 games ago for the Bucs against the Chinooks over in Chugiak. Counts 2-0. There's the pitch. Called strike, just at the knees.
That stat straight from the NMSI, Nate Muncy Sports Index.
Yeah, exactly. I go there a bunch. 2-1 now on Muncy, out of Kent State. Here's the 2-1. Spit on down low. It was an off speed from Colavecchio, so 3-1 now on Muncy. Just underway here. 6-inning ball game between American Legion and the Bucs. Bucs walked it off in 7 innings last night against the Chinooks. Here's the 3-1 sliced foul left side.
And they quite literally did walk it off because they walked and ended the game. So that's the most textbook definition walk-off you're ever going to see. And the least because it wasn't a one-run game, so it was like equal parts totally a walk-off and not at all a walk-off.
The payoff pitch to Muncy, ticking for strike 3. Just painted the outside corner. So 2 strikeouts for Colavecchio in the inning. And there's 2 quickly gone here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure his new high school teammates are loving this. Back-to-back backwards K, shutting down this Bucs offense that was so strong in the first.
So now Sean Togert, Nate Muncy talking to Togert right before it comes up, maybe relaying something. Togert looks at a ball down in the dirt. So it's 1-0 now on Togert. Colavecchio comes set. We're in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Down low. So 2-0 now on Togert. Togert blooped a high single to left field back in the first. I mean, it probably touched the sky and then came down and somehow found open grass. He wiggles his bat. Left on left matchup. Pitch is rocketed out to right. That ball down the line. It is foul.
That would have been extra bases for sure. Complete opposite of what he did his first time up to the plate. Just sends that a long ways. What do you think? Is this a home run day or not?
I think we get one. I think we get one homer. Probably from the Bucs.
Do you have a prediction?
Well, I don't know. Togert took a pretty healthy hack there. I think Wyland Nelson has a good chance.
Okay,
he has
I like
power. The 2-1 pitch to Togert is down low.
I'll give our guess to Nate Muncy. I think he's had some big swings. He hasn't fully squared up with the ball yet, but if he stays in past this inning and keeps the at-bats coming, I can see him blasting one.
So all lefties that we chose.
Yeah, which is weird because the wind's not blowing that way.
3-1 fouled right side.
If we were smart, we'd say someone
true.
who's going to pull it with the wind blowing out to left field, but
It's very true.
it's just a guess for a reason.
You know what? Maybe I'll change it. I'm going Cooper Soselski.
Okay, I like that.
Full count. Here's the pitch to Togert. Swung on and dribbled towards right. Otto's there. He'll take it himself. And that'll do it. A clean inning for Carl Colavecchio here in the bottom of the second. Still 5-4 the score. Here at Mulcahy Stadium, it's the Bucs versus American Legion. We'll be right back. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball.
All-Stars here.
Back here
15 representing
at Mulcahy Stadium. It's the top of the third between American Legion and the Anchorage Bucs. Exciting time to be here at Mulcahy Stadium. Jaden Stuyvesant will lead off for American Legion. Here's the first pitch to him. Off speed, swing and a miss. So it's 0-1 now on Stuyvesant.
Yeah, first time we're seeing him swing a bat today. Rocking that
Yeah.
yellow armband. Looks like he could maybe hit one a long way.
Here's the 1-0. He swings and lines one into center. That was up there for a little bit, and Ciselski makes the grab. So just off the end of the bat, and there's one away here in the top of the third. New pitcher on the bump for American Legion. It's Dylan Dumas out of East Post 34, set to graduate next season. Gabriel Wheeler, the hitter for Legion, steps in. Defense played straight away for the Bucs. First pitch, off speed, chopped on the ground towards third. Nelson takes his time, throws across the diamond in time. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the third.
Yeah, this is what Dumas does. He gets outs quickly. Played at East Anchorage this past spring. Was a really, really good two-way player. But, I mean, he was top 5 in the state for strikeouts. 67 on the year.
Wow.
See if he can ring someone up here.
Yeah. Pitch, chopped on the ground, right side. Muncie gobbles it up. He races to the bag,
Ooh,
dives,
he lost
sinks
it.
the call. So a nice effort from Nate Muncie, but he did not win the race. So runner aboard for American Legion. And there's 2 outs still here in the inning.
Yeah, I think Muncie waited a second there to see if he should flip it to the pitcher or run it. And I think if he hadn't, he would have done it.
Pitch is outside to Craner.
He's told us he started running because he has to train for a conditioning
True.
test at Kent State.
He's one of the hitters that's real up and in on your running
He is.
challenge. Runner goes, pitches inside, throw down to second, safe. So runner on second now for American Legion.
I'm almost caught up on my 13
Yeah, I know.
miles from yesterday. I'm
You
a
got
little
6 more tonight.
I'm a little worried at today's game. Already at 5 runs. It is a
Well,
shorter
you
game.
want to just
which
count
benefits
regular
me.
season?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? I don't know. I don't think
Depends
it's
how
okay.
many runs they score.
2-0 pitch, cut on and missed. 2-1.
Of course, it's also like not the Bucs pitching, so but might as well. Good exercise.
Good exercise. I think it's great exercise. 2-1, swung on and lifted high in the air, stays in the infield. Wyland Nelson in foul territory makes the one-handed grab. And that retires the side here in the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom half. It's the Bucs coming to bat. Still up 5-4. It's Anchorage Bucs baseball. I'll be right back. Welcome back into Mulcahy Stadium. Milo Hoffman with Alex Burstein for the bottom half of the third inning between the Bucs and American Legion. Bucs still lead 5-4. Last inning, the top of the third, was scoreless for the Legion after they scored twice in the first 2 innings. Carl Colavecchio still the pitcher on the hill for the Bucs. He'll still pitch to Ren Matsuzaki, the backstop.
I gotta say, I love these pink shirts the umpires are wearing today. It's very stylish. It's not what you usually see, either white, blue, or black.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're pink. It definitely could be just the sun reflecting, but hey, they look nice and stylish for this game.
Bucs wearing their black tops and their pinstripe pants.
They contrast well.
It's true.
The white, the black, and the pink.
First pitch is a strike called to Wylan Nelson. So 0-1 on the third baseman. Just made the last out of the top of the third. High fly out in foul territory. Here's the pitch. Cut on and missed. And it's 0-2. Pulled the string there, did Carl Colavecchio. It looks like there is a little bit of a shift here from the American Legion. Third baseman is really playing in on the play. And that hit him. That hit Wylan Nelson on the right shoulder. Colavecchio works a hit by pitch, or deals a hit by pitch to Nelson. He'll take first. Second hit by the pitch we've seen. Buck on buck crime. It's Guzman over there at third. Craner at second. Dalton at second. Craner at short, sorry. Otto at first. Lennox, Stevenson, and Wheeler from left to right in the outfield. Here's the pitch outside. Ramirez back behind the plate for American Legion. Sorry, what am I saying? Ren Matsuzaki gets real confusing. You read out the defense for American Legion.
I know, you can't look at your notes. You got to look on the field.
Know,
you got to see
right.
what jersey they're wearing.
0-1's the count on R.J. Rouet. Pitch to him. Slice foul behind the plate. So 0-2.
So basically, if you look straight, everything's going to be the same team. And then if you look to your right or left, everything will be different.
So you're saying like the defense?
Well, yeah, because you have your catcher.
Well, what about the center fielder?
Well, he's on a shift right now, so he doesn't count.
Okay, I still think he's playing pretty center. He's a little bit of a shift, though. Pitch to Rouet is outside.
He's like a good 10 feet to the right of second base.
Right.
So if you just really honed in your eyesight, straight up the middle.
Well, high schoolers are used to playing the classic shift, so you come in at the third base side against lefties as they're more likely to pull the ball. Center field is drifted out a little bit to the right. Pitch to Rouet. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. So Rouet is rung up. And then the right fielder Wheeler is playing real close to the line over there. Now it's a righty though, Reese Sherman. So you'll see everyone go back just a little bit. Shortstop Craner over a couple steps. Center fielder Stevenson as well. Sherman had a single last time he was up in the first inning. Wylan Nelson leads off first. We're in the bottom of the third here. Bucs on top over American Legion. Pitch down low.
It's interesting to see a lot more patient at-bats here from the Bucs. We mentioned in the first inning they were swinging all around, getting a lot of first pitch pop-ups and hits. Now Colavecchio, he's dealt 3 strikeouts, and they've all been looking.
Yeah. Bucs players trying to swing the bat. Check back to first from Matsuzaki, not in time. Nelson was back sliding.
Nice play there by the first baseman Otto. He fielded that. He fielded that very well. It was close.
It's true. Make sure to get the tag on, just in case. So 2-0 in the count to Reese Sherman. Sherman and Matsuzaki up there. Catching duo. Pitch outside. So 2-1 now. Of course.
You think they're talking trash right there?
I don't know. Both
Too
of them
quieter guys.
Very nice guys. Sherman used to catching Colavecchio, so I'm sure he knows the stuff. Check back to first.
You like look over your right shoulder, see what sign,
Right,
see what
exactly.
sign's being. That's the easiest sign steal of all time.
Well, Sherman knows what could possibly come in a situation like this. 2-1 outside. Check back to first again. Nice pick by Otto over there at first to save the wild throw. So Nelson's still over at first. It's 3-1 the count on Reese Sherman.
I really want to see these Legion guys gun down one Buck
Yeah.
today. I think that would be fun.
I want to see
I think the Buck player would be laughed at for a while.
Yes, it's true. It's true. 3-1, swung on and drilled out to left field. Lennox came in, now it's past him, it bounces up against the wall. Nelson rounds second, he goes into third standing. Reese Sherman on second, he's standing as well. So that's a double for the catcher. And there's runners on second and third now for the Bucs.
Yeah, second double of the day for Reese Sherman. Had a nice piece of hitting back in the first, or he had a single, excuse me,
Yeah.
got to second base, but a couple of RBIs, a couple of hits for him. He's having a good day. Ball just slightly misplayed out there and left, but you got to give all the credit to the hitter there. That was a rocket shot off the bat.
So now Cooper Soselski up. Soselski was hit by a pitch in the first. Here's the offering, swung on and drilled deep to left field. Lennox looks up and it bounces on the warning track. 2 runs come around to score. Soselski digs for second and he's in standing. That's a 2-ribby double for Cooper Soselski, and the Bucs are on top 7-4.
With that double by Cooper Suzuki, that was powered by the Alaska Club.
Really nice piece of hitting from Soselski. Took the pitch on the outer portion of the plate and just lined it to left. No chance for Lennox to make the play. And now it's Sanchez up for the Bucs.
Yeah, it was a quiet second inning for the Bucs offensively. Didn't get any hits, but now they're waking up a couple of innings to go along with 2 runs, what you expected to see.
Off speed outside to Sanchez. That's what you expect to see, but again, it's their pitcher that they're seeing. So, college athlete on college athlete. 1-0 outside on the off speed. 2-0.
Who do you think has the bigger advantage here?
I mean, I think that, of
pitcher
course,
or the hitter?
were you talking like,
Well, like a pitcher knowing the hitters or the hitters knowing the pitchers?
ooh, pitcher knowing the hitter, or the hitter knowing the, oh, definitely the hitter knowing the pitcher, for sure. 2-0, sliced foul. I mean, because the hitter knows what to expect in terms of the pitch coming. The pitchers have less information on the hitter.
That's true.
Who's hitting. I mean, of course, there could be heat maps with the 9 squares of the bat zone, the strike zone. The 2-1 offering fouled right back. But I definitely give the advantage to the hitter. Alex Sanchez picked up a single his first time up in the first. Getting his first action in a while over at shortstop. Here's the 2-2 offering from Colavecchio. Inside, almost hit him. Soselski took a couple steps off second. Now he's back.
Looks like Tanner Hale warming up in the bullpen for the Bucs. Colavecchio and Hale both out of Feather River College, and their coach, Terry Bumgardner, in the other dugout. So a little more pressure here in college ball,
true.
in college summer ball. Usually you don't have your head coaches watching you. Well, that is one case today where that's not happening.
We'll count on Sanchez. Here's the offering. Swung on, lined up the middle, base hit. Soselski rounds third. He's waved home. The throw doesn't come. Cut off by the first baseman. So Sanchez reaches on an RBI single, and it's 8-4 Bucs.
Well, a couple of weeks off, but Sanchez's bat looks just as good as before. A pair of RBI knocks here in his first 2 at-bats of the day. He'll definitely be happy with that.
Yep. Good to get back out there, take a couple reps. Now James Provencio at the top of the lineup up for the Bucs. 8-4 the score. Here's the first pitch to Provencio outside. There was some action out in center field behind the fence. Looked like a baseball game now concluded. Normally there's a couple games happening. Pitch to Provencio laid off the off speed, so it's 2-0 now on the second baseman. Sometimes there's stuff happening out there on the football field. Nothing today. Gorgeous day. Just absolute brilliant weather. Provencio wiggles his bat. Left on left matchup. Pitch is hit on the ground towards the second baseman. Boltmer can't make the play. It rolls into center field. Provencio's on board with a single. Sanchez up to second. And there's runners on first and second now for the Bucs. Here, only one out.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. Good effort by the second baseman, but it was hit right in that gap where it's really hard to make a play. Profezio, as we mentioned, has been a hit machine this season, gets his first of the day. The Bucs offense continues to roll.
Yep, 8 runs already home. And we're just in the third inning. Only 6 innings being played today. Colavecchio's pitch to Gamel is a strike.
I'm trying to find our results from the last couple years. Last year, it was an 11-1 win for the Bucs.
Okay.
So the Campers are putting up a bigger fight today. They have a couple of runs in.
0-1 down. No, called strike.
I can't find the result from 2 years ago. That's the one that Joey Narrett was saying they
He
lost.
said they lost, and Joey Narrett was here 2 summers ago, so I would have to trust him.
Yeah.
He said it was a close game.
Yeah, he also said it was very low scoring.
Right.
Which something must have changed.
0-2 hits Gamel on the back on the off speed. So second hit by pitch for Carl Colavecchio given up. Gamel takes first, and the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, I think the worst thing you can do as a pitcher is hit your own teammate.
Yeah.
It's like the
Done it
cardinal
twice.
sin of baseball. there.
Exactly. So Ren Matsuzaki goes out to talk with his pitcher. Nate Muncy now up. Your homer pick of the day.
Yeah,
Now with the bases loaded, will it be a grand slam? Who knows?
that would be electric.
Would be. Glad you're watching with us here. Milo Hoffman with Alex Burstein. This is not a regular season game for the Bucs. Playing against Sladen Mole, the American Legion All-Stars. Does not count towards the standings.
Just counts
Matsuzaki's-
towards the fun.
Yeah, it counts towards the fun, and really, that's all that counts. Glad to be with you. Bucs are back in action tomorrow against the Miners in a real regular season game. Here's the pitch to Muncy, high and in, and it's 1-0. So it's a good turnaround. You
Yeah.
go from playing the American Legion team to then the Matsu Miners, who are actually in second place in the ABL and the only team that's beaten you so far. 1-0 pitch, taken down low. So 2-0. Muncy digs back in. Yet another left-on-left matchup. First baseman today. Here's the kick and the deal. Pitch, hammer, right side, down for a base hit. Sanchez comes around to score. Everyone else is held up. So that's a ribby knock for Nate Muncy. His first of the season. And it's 9-4 Bucs.
Yeah, not an extra base hit like we were talking about, but he'll be happy with that. A very strong piece of hitting into the outfield, and Bucs keep on rolling here offensively. I don't think we'll have a run rule in this one.
Yeah. I think we're set on playing
I
the
think
6
we're set on
innings.
6. 6
Yes.
is sure enough.
First pitch was inside to Togert.
Which is not great for my running totals.
Oh, no, this is not good at all. I'm very scared. 2-0 upstairs.
We'll split it up again tomorrow.
I mean, I did
It'll be
1
okay.
mile with you.
did.
And
Maybe,
I was gassed.
maybe we should have you do the exhibition games.
Oh, no.
I mean,
No, we're not doing that. 3-0 inside. Sorry, 2-0. Scoreboard said 3-0 out there. But that one's correct. So 3-0 on Sean Togert. Still 1 out. Carl Colavecchio up there. There's no way I'm doing that. Just no chance.
you don't want to run 9 miles?
Inside. I'm not sure how many balls were given here
3 and 1.
to Sean Togert. Okay,
Yep.
3-1's the count. I'll definitely run a couple more miles with you as the summer goes
Okay.
along.
Maybe we can get you the 2.
That would be good. Pitch is outside, so that's an RBI walk for Sean Togert. And it's 10-4 Bucs. 5 runs home in the third.
Well, around the league tonight, the Chinooks right now in control, up 2-1 on the Miners. That's in the top of the 5th. We saw the Miners drop one to the Pilots a couple days ago, so the 2, 3, and 4 teams kind of all beating up on each other right now. And then the other action, the Glacier Pilots up 1-0 over the Gold Panners. That game's in the top of the 4th.
Who are
That's
you know who they are?
They're a traveling Barnstormer team out in Fairbanks.
Oh, right. So that's the game that's going to get a whole bunch of fans
yes,
to go.
it's a big game. I thought they were playing it at midnight. Okay, tomorrow night's the 10 p.m. game.
Gotcha.
Tonight's just a regular game, but Glacier Pilots winning that one.
0-1's outside, so it's 1-1 on Wyland Nelson. Yeah, that'll be fun. I heard the trip is very far.
Yeah, I think
it's
it
like
was
a
7-hour bus
yeah,
ride. Yeah,
that's
it's
serious.
not fun.
That's like minor league play right there. Get on the bus, stay in the hotel. 1-1, cut on and fouled at the plate. So 1-2 now.
Well, the SID was telling us he did not want to be on the bus that long, so he's rented a car just for this trip.
That's true.
There's a lot of gas, but
It's a lot of
anything to
gas.
not be on the bus. I feel like that's worse though. Driving
true.
for 7 hours.
I wouldn't want to drive for 7 hours.
I would just sleep for half of it and then probably, I don't even know, read a book. Do people do that nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, yes, they do. I think I need to read a little bit more.
I do too. We have them stacked in our
do.
room, and I don't think anyone has touched it. And
Yeah.
good
To
2,
be fair,
3
I think those are
weeks.
your books that you brought.
They are.
So
hey,
I'm looking at you
you're-
to pick them
you're
up first. That's not me. That's all you. But if you start, maybe I'll come along and do some reading as well. 1-2 pitch is hit well out to center field. Stevenson running towards his right, dives, can't make the play. It gets by him and goes all the way to the wall. It could be a bases clearing double. And Togert holds on at third. Muncy came around to score, so did Gamel. So that's a 2-ribby double. And just like that, it's 12-4. Nice hit from Wyland Nelson.
Yeah, big inning from the Bucs now. 7 to go along with their 5 in the first. Offense just hitting it. Tonight it's not even just hitting it where people aren't, just hitting it a little further away. Try to test the legs of these high schoolers, and very good efforts. I mean, that was almost a diving catch in center field, but just hitting it a little too strong.
That one was just flicked out there to left center. So now it's RJ Rue up. Here's the pitch to him. Inside. So a whole lot of offense for the Bucs. Nothing new. 12 runs through 2 2/3 innings.
Our highest is 13.
Yeah. I have a hot take. I think they're going to beat that today.
What? All you have to do is punch in these 2. I can't believe there's still only 1 out. This
I
is
know.
the 11th batter of the inning.
So now RJ Rue out of Baylor. Counts 2-0 on him. He looks at another ball inside. So 3-0 on Rue. Thank you for watching with us. A great day to be a Bucs fan. In honor of Slade and Mole. 3-0 pours in for a strike. Slade and Mole was tragically hit in a DUI accident in 2019, so this all in memory of him, raising awareness for DUIs and charges of that nature. So 3-2 to Rue. Here's the pitch inside. So that's a walk.
Yeah, we
Bases
saw
loaded.
Rue really aggressive in his first time up. That time just takes a more patient plate appearance, and I think we're going to see a call to the pen here. That'll be the day for Colavecchio.
Yep, call to the pen. Joe Silva walks on out to the mound. And he'll give way to Colavecchio. Colavecchio walks off the bump. And on comes Tanner Hale for the Bucs. We'll be right back. It's 12-4. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Welcome back here to Mulcahy Stadium. Score between the Bucs and American Legion, 12-4. Bucs on top. Don't have the scorebook today for you guys, but Alex is updating the score on the screen.
We're trying to keep score.
Putting the text out there. Tanner Hill on the bump for the Bucs. Relieving Colavecchio. First pitch from him is down low to Reese Sherman. Bases still loaded for the Bucs, just one out. Hill comes set, looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. Down low, it looked like. That one looked pretty close. But no cigar for Tanner Hale. So 2-0 now on Reese Sherman, the catcher.
I'd expect the zone in an 8-run game to be expanding, not shrinking.
Exactly. Pitch is drilled to left field. Lennox is there, the left fielder slides, makes the grab. Nice play out there and left, and that's the second out of the third inning.
Yeah, excellent play there. Got on his knees and reached out his glove. I think he might have slid a little too early, but didn't make a difference. Still able to make an excellent play. Best of the day, and you see Hale pointing out to his left fielder there, giving him some love. So always fun to see some web gems here.
That's awesome. That must feel real good out there and left. A salute from a college ball player. Here's the pitch. Called strike to Cooper Soselski.
And we mentioned Hale playing in front of his college coach. He's probably like, oh, thank you. I didn't give up a hit.
Yep. His pitcher and his left fielder. Pitch is swung on and hit to center field. Stevenson comes in and it bounces in front of him. 2 runs come in to score. Nelson and Muncie. That's a bloop single for Cooper Soselski. And it's 14-4. Bucs lead.
Yeah, Soselski just took that one off the inside of the bat. Those ones are always hard to defend out there in the outfield because obviously they're high and they usually come pretty shallow into center field. So, good piece of hitting, and the Bucs continue to do damage here, up 10 now.
Yep. It's looking good for the Bucs. But of course, the American Legion side showed that they can go out there and hit as well. A late pinch hitter is going to come up to the plate, Jaden Toki. So he'll come on for, it looks like, Alex Sanchez. Sanchez was back in there for the first time in about 2 weeks. Hale set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit to right field. Wheeler, the right fielder, gives it a look and it bounces just foul.
I'm kind of surprised to see Sanchez be the first player taken out of this game, as Toki in his 3rd game as a Buck getting some playing time. But Sanchez, we mentioned, hasn't played in a couple of weeks. Hopefully he's feeling all good and they're just trying to change some of the guys out. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a whole different rotation for the second half of this game. Definitely possible.
Tail looks in for the sign. He bounces his foot. Now comes set. Runners on the corners for the Bucs. Here's the 0-1. Nearly hit Toki. High and in. 1-1.
No more hit pitches.
Exactly.
No more hit pitches.
No hit pitches for the Bucs. Every pitcher so far that's pitched for Anchorage has hit a batter. Hale comes set. Here's the 1-1. Strike right down Broadway. The fastball in there. So 1-2 now. Hot day here in Anchorage. Real sunny as well.
69 might be a new high for us.
Could be. 1-2. Off speed. Cold strike 3 on the inside corner. There's an off speed delivery from Hale. And he got Toki looking. And now the pitcher and the hitter both walk back to the same dugout. We'll go to the top of the 4th, and with that, we'll move things over to Alex Burstein. We'll take you the rest of the way. It's still 14-4. Bucs on top. 9 runs in that 3rd. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. We'll be right back.
The coach's all-star.
halfway through this one, we move to the top of the 4th inning. It's a 14-4 Bucs lead over the Legion All-Stars. A beautiful day for baseball. Welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska, alongside Milo Hoffman. My name is Alex Burstein. Cash Siebold takes the mound for the Bucs here defensively. He's a Legion All-Star, but playing for the Bucs on defense here in the top of the 4th, and he'll start things off against Uralvin Ramirez, switch hitting catcher. He'll be batting from the right side against a right-handed Siebold out of Eagle River. Right-handed pitcher is scraping his foot along the rubber. Waits for Ramirez to get ready for the first pitch. Ramirez rocking a bright yellow bat. First pitch from Siebold is bounced straight back to the pitcher. He gloves it cleanly, throws high the first off the bag. Muncie makes the grab and tags the runner. So nice play by Nate Muncie there, and there's one away in the top of the 4th.
A nice play by Muncie over there at first. He's shown he can play good defense. That's where he's been put in the times we've seen him so far this year. So nice to show off that tag and that reach on the throw.
So it'll bring Bridger Berta to the plate, a right-handed 2026 class member. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Siebold used to these big game situations. He played in the Little League World Series Northwest Regional a couple of years ago, televised to the home run as the pitch goes high for the Alaska team. So he's a very good hitter tonight, getting to play on the defensive side of things, pitching in the 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, next pitch. Fastball hits the outside part of the zone. What do you think's more fun, Little League World Series qualifier or playing here in against some college kids?
Maybe I'd probably have to go with the Little League World Series qualifier.
Here's the 1-2. Checks or swing and just gets a piece of it. Dribbles it foul. We'll go to a 1-2 count.
By the way, a new detail here at Mulcahy Stadium. I don't know if you noticed. Jamie Robertson, the pitcher, came up and told me. You see out there at that State Farm sign, even though that's not where it was, they put an outline of a person because that's where Joey Narrett slammed into the wall yesterday.
1-2 pitch, fouled back. Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
I guess it's just tape or something.
Yeah, it looks like tape. It's not exactly where it was. I think he was more towards that Go
I know. I think it was for
Verizon.
the Excel Fire Systems one, just to the right. But that's
was
that's
it?
pretty awesome.
We'll have to go back and look.
There's the 1-2 pitch. Goes inside, and we'll move it to a 2-2 count.
You see them do that a lot, whether that's in hockey. I've seen it in hockey a couple of times at the rink where they pin a outline of someone on the glass or whatever just to commemorate that insane moment.
2-2 pitch reaches in the dirt, and we'll go full here.
Oh, the pitcher didn't know that the umpire was throwing back to the mound there, so a little field work for second base.
I wonder if we'll see any more wall slams. Hopefully not. I mean,
yeah, because the wall is not.
It's not fun to run
safe.
into. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
not at all.
It's Rick Hard out there. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Bounce towards third. Gloving it easily is Nelson. He throws across the diamond high. Once again, Muncie comes across the bag and chases and tags Berta. A nice play by Nate Muncie. Nelson skied it a little too high. Muncie used all of his jump to get it. He didn't make the original tag, but Berta, going around him, didn't hit the bag either, and they race for the tag. Muncie gets it. That's a fun second out here.
Yeah. Hey, Muncie showing off his athletic skills. 2 dives, 2 tags, same inning.
First start of the season for Muncie at first. Next pitch, line towards center field, and that bloops for a single. Nice piece of hitting by Palmer Dalton. The infielder gets another hit on the day, and there's 1 on with 2 away here in the 4th. Gives way to the left-handed hitter, Caden Capozzi. Excuse me, Codiato. 2 number 9s on this team.
Yeah.
All the players, as we mentioned, wearing their Legion jerseys, so you have a couple of repeats. First pitch, off speed, finds the zone, 0-1 the count.
It's interesting also because the Buck players are not used to playing this shallow, but you look at Cooper Saselski out there in center. He's playing way more shallow than he usually is used to.
Yeah, next pitch, misses low. Very good piece of hitting there from Dalton. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got it off the inside of his bat and sent it towards center field. Even with the players playing shallower, still found that
Right.
perfect place to drop it.
You know, I need to know if they actually played against each other straight up 2 years ago.
1-1 swung on and missed. Throw down the first, not in time. Gets over Muncie's head and sails all the way into right field. Dalton chases into second base. And there's a runner in scoring position here for the Legion All-Stars in the top of the fourth.
And no one wants to make a good throw to Muncie.
No.
That's it.
He's having to jump. He's having to run.
Dive, everything. Yeah. But just a really, really, awesome. This is something that the players are going to remember.
Yeah.
For sure. And, hits like that are going to be remembered. But back to what I was saying, I really wonder if they actually played straight up 2 years ago.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of it. We can let you know tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make sure to tune in at 5:45 for our broadcast. Pitch sent high towards left center field, giving chase, diving and not able to make the catch is Soselski. One runs in to score, turning second and trying to make this a triple as Otto. He dives headfirst in safely, and that's a triple for Cody Otto here in the top of the fourth. It's 14-5, the Bucs in the lead.
Now, I was just talking about the outfield playing shallow. That's probably a play that would usually be made for Soselski if he's playing at his normal distance. Instead, he comes in a lot because, of course, the high schoolers don't tend to hit it as far than the college players, but Soselski really laid out there. Couldn't come up with it.
So, the Legion All-Stars on the board for the first time since the second inning. First pitch hit high in the air towards right field, giving chase is Gamel towards the line, and he makes the grab for out number 3. Quick fly out for Jacob Jonas. That will bring the inning to a close, but not before a huge triple, and the Legion All-Stars are back on the scoreboard. It's 14-5 Bucs. We head to the home half. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. We go to the bottom of the fourth here at Mulcahy Stadium in the annual Sladen Mole Game 2025 edition. The Bucs in control 14-5, and they'll try to keep the offense rolling here in the home half of the fourth. Position change, Reese Sherman comes in to relieve Ren Matsuzaki. His time at catcher here today. Sherman out of Gonzaga University. We've seen him swinging the bat. Now he'll have a chance to do something in the field. Tanner Hales comes in, or stays in, his first full inning of work. Looked solid back in the third, and now trying to do something even better in the fourth. First pitch to James Provencio is fouled off to the left-hand side. The leadoff man for the Bucs here tonight. 1 for 2, a single and a pair of runs. He walked back in the first, came all the way around the score, and singled in the third, came all the way around the score as well. He had a ground out in the first as well. No balls, 1 strikes on the left-handed hitter. Takes fastball low, and will even out the count at 1 apiece. Well, it's interesting to see the Bucs not going with many positional changes here.
Yeah.
We've seen only 1 pinch hitter so far in the form of Jaden Toki. Late kick from Hale, the pitch sails low, and we'll go to a 2-1 count. I mentioned Hale playing in front of a couple of his Feather River College coaches, Terry Baumgartner as well as Chase Costa, both part of the coaching staff here for the Legion All-Stars. 2-1s popped up left side. That one sails far out of play, And we'll even out the count at 2 apiece. Taking you around the diamond for the Legion All-Stars today, it's Jonas at, or we should say this inning. It's Jonas at first base, Dalton at second, Guzman at third, Reyes stays in at short. He's been the shortstop all but 1 inning today. That shows you how good of a ball player he is. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball goes outside. Lennox in left field, Stephenson in center, and Wheeler over in right. And it's the battery ram of Tanner Hale and Reese Sherman wearing their Bucs uniforms, but playing for the Legion All-Stars here this inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch. Provencio lines it foul on the left-hand side.
This is what Provencio does best. He battles up there at the dish. So, always going to go up there and put up a good at-bat. And he pretty much always works the count deep. This time, about as deep as it can go, full.
We'll do the payoff pitch again. Provencio off the inside of his bat sends one high into left field. Chasing under it, Lennox makes the grab. A nice routine catch for the left fielder, and there's 1 away. Oh, the left fielders for this Legion All-Star team have been very impressive.
I love seeing how Tanner Hale communicates with the...
I know, he's having a fun time with them.
And it's really cool for the players as well because, of course, not used to playing with Tanner Hale, or Tanner Hale's not used to playing with them.
When Reyes came onto the field, he gave Hale a high five.
Yeah.
First pitch is outside to Austin Gamel. It's funny, they're just a few years older. But,
right.
I mean, these players seem like superheroes.
Yeah.
They're playing college ball. They're living the dream. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off the inside of the bat, chopped towards second base. Should be easy for Dalton, who scoops to first in time. A nice 4-3 put out from Dalton to Jonas. And there's 2 away here quickly in the bottom of the 4th.
And Jonas actually wasn't covering first while that ball was hit to second. And it was quickly turned around. So Gamel actually was closer than it looked there at first, but safe's the call.
Here comes Nate Muncy to the plate. Had a nice single his first time up. First pitch. Fastball goes low. Oh, we have a couple more chances for my home run bet to come through.
There you go. Yeah.
See if it happens. Is your money still on Siselski?
I got Siselski, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he dived out there in center.
1-0 pitch, line straight up the middle, but Reyes on the shift is there. He drops the ball, now throws in time. What a play from the shortstop. The shift works perfectly. A 6-3 putout brings the inning to the end, and the Legion All-Stars defense has something to smile about. It's a 14-5 Bucs lead as we head to the 5th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. We've played 4 as we move to the top half of the 5th here at Mulcahy Stadium alongside Milo Hoffman. My name is Alex Burstein. A 14-5 lead for the Anchorage Bucs. Cole Lux takes the mound for the Bucs, representing the Legion All-Stars here in the top half of the 5th. Chugiak, post 33, the right-hander in the class of 2028. Milo, doesn't that make you feel old? We're going to graduate college, and he's still going to be in high school.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a time. So, you know, I'm used to being the young one, too.
I know.
have a late
You're
birthday.
the baby college kid, and he's still blowing you out of the
Right.
water.
Yep.
It'll be Jacob Johnson. We saw pitching earlier today. Now taking the plate, the left-handed two-way guy. He's both an outfielder and a pitcher. Takes the box, trying to deal something up against Lux. Lux, the right-hander, stands facing home plate. Now turns his hips and fires. That's a fastball outside and low, 1-0 the count. Lux very strong.
It looks like he has some velo.
Yeah. He does track and field as well over at Mirror Lake. Does both shot put and discus.
Wow.
Yeah, you need some strength for that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you do.
that's going to
I'm always so
translate to good
impressed
velocity.
when I watch those
Oh, I know.
sports.
And then you try it, and it's like, yeah,
Right.
it does not fly far at all. 1-0 pitch goes out. Ooh, hits the outside part of the plate. Nice fastball from Lux, and we'll move it to a 1-1 count. What track event do you think you'd be best at?
Which, ooh.
Or field?
I'd probably go with, I'm thinking here.
Pitch goes low.
Maybe hurdles.
Hurdles. Yeah, I can
Those
see
seem
that.
fun.
They seem fun, but they also seem hard.
Yes.
'Cause then
very
you have to
hard.
have the speed and the movement.
Right. Or maybe what's the sport with the where you go up on like the stick and you go over that line?
Pole vault.
Yeah, pole vault. That is fun stuff.
2-1 pitch is bounced just to the left of the pitcher's mound. Cole Lux grabs it, throws to Muncie, and it gets away towards the bleachers here. In the second base is Johnson on the air by the pitcher, and there's a runner in scoring position to start off the fifth. Nate Muncie just keeps on having to make plays. It's been both Legion
I was
players
gonna say.
and Bucks players. No one can throw it to him straight.
I thought he made the play for a
I
second.
know, it looked like he did.
Yeah. Because he applied the tag, but the ball just wasn't in.
The tag would have been in time. Lux
Yeah.
did a good job getting to the ball and throwing it. It's a little to the right of Muncie. So, runner at second base. Lux trying to work out of this inning. First pitch. That one hits the outside part of the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count on Dylan Dumas out of East Post 34. Hits as a lefty, throws as a righty. You see that a lot in baseball. He's played around the diamond here tonight. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That hits Dumas in the back. Breaking ball from Lux lost control, and the lefty will stroll down to first base. 2 on with no outs here in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, that was an off speed that just curled in.
Representing Diamond, post
And
21, number 21.
Yeah, just hit him in the back, but nice job to turn around and wear it. Take it off a good part of the upper body.
It's called taking one for the team.
Yeah.
Even in an
What is
all-star
it? They
game.
got
Yep.
ice in the dugout.
First pitch taken for a strike.
We got ice. Yeah. I loved all the high school lingo. We got ice. And you get hit. All that fun stuff.
Jay Estigo at the plate. Takes the next pitch outside. 1-1 the count. Runners at first and second. No outs. A 14-5 Bucks lead here in the top of the fifth. We'll play 6 no matter what because everyone needs to get their chance to play here in the Legion All-Star game, and they've been rotating the diamond every time. Fastball hits the outside part of the zone. 1-2 the count. Obviously, the score a little lopsided, but the fielders here today have been impressive for the Legion
Yeah.
All-Stars, and hey, putting up 7 hits. Nothing to be disappointed about. Here's the 1-2. Just goes outside. Even out the count at 2 apiece. Runners at first and second base. Johnson over there at first with his bright red helmet, baby blue uniform. That really pops. Here's the 2-2. Poked foul to the right side. Watch out
Yeah.
for cars out there in the parking lot.
It looks like Ole Miss over there.
Oh, that's a good. I was
Like,
I was waiting for it. I was gonna say
yeah.
Braves, but it's not really. Yes,
No,
Ole
it's like
Miss. That's a
Ole
good
Miss.
comparison.
Red, baby blue. Love that baby blue color.
College World Series championship starting this weekend. Breaking
Yeah.
ball goes outside. LSU and Coastal Carolina.
Just the story
Yeah.
of the tournament so
Yeah.
far. Would you haven't lost
Haven't
since
lost since April.
Yeah.
22 straight games or something.
Amazing.
Very incredible stuff. Here's the 3-2. Poked foul. High fly ball towards the parking lot. Yeah, it's interesting when we're watching some of the players and they're watching these games. They're
Yeah,
like,
they-
oh, I hit against him.
Right.
Oh, he hit a home run off of me or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
they all know each other, either from
Right.
high school ball or college ball.
Or they were just playing on TV 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. Here's the payoff pitch. Bounce towards third. Nelson fields it on a low hop. Cuts across the diamond in time for a 5-3 putout. Muncie finally gets an easy ball to catch.
Finally.
The runners do advance, though, and there's one away here in the top of the fifth with 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, nice pick by Nelson. Caught it on the short hop is what you're supposed to do there, and charge the ball. When you get caught in the middle, if you back up, that's when trouble happens. So really good decision there for Nelson.
So 1 away. First pitch taken for a strike. Reed Craner at the plate, the right-handed infielder in the class of 2026. Back in his red jersey from Palmer, post 15. High leg kick in the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 0-2 the count. You gotta wonder, these Palmer kids, they might be Miners fans.
I was gonna say, and what about the Chugiak kids? Are they
Chugiak
Chinooks
kids
fans?
might be River Eagle, might be Chinooks
Right,
fans.
so they have a chance to just back
Beat
down
up
on
the
their
Bucs.
rival. First place team right now.
Pitch outside. Yeah, you have people representing Chugiak, Eagle River, East, which is Anchorage East, Kenai, who just lost a team, but
Yeah.
you might be fans of the other ABL franchises. This pitch goes outside, 2-2 the count. Palmer, which is where the Matsu Miners play, Service, South, and Wasilla. So a large part of this area of the state represented. Over 300 players play Legion Ball here in the summer. 2-2 pitch goes high and inside. 27 teams. This is mainly the Anchorage area. Then you have the Fairbanks area. We mentioned there's a college team over there and the Gold Panthers. And then all the way you have Juneau, Ketchikan, Chugiak, all around the state. Teams play. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch goes low, and that's a full count walk offered to Reed Craner. Bases are juiced here. Cole Lux trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. He'd love a double play ball.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
Jack Zussman comes to the plate. Now the South Post 4, a right-handed infielder, has a chance to do some damage here. Eat into this deficit. First pitch. Fastball taken low, but it hits the zone, the umpire says. Dribbled out of the catcher's glove, but
I mean,
nice
wouldn't
pitch
this be a
there.
comeback?
Yeah, this would be a
This
comeback
would
of
be
all time.
Historic. I'm looking at the Matsu score. Matsu's on top 6-3 in the top of the 7, so they've come back now in that game.
0-1 pitch inside.
Matsu will be here tomorrow night at the same exact time at Mulcahy Stadium. So first time the Bucs are playing the Miners at Mulcahy in the regular season. Played them in the exhibition game here.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Next pitch is outside. Now, Miners on Friday, Saturday and Sunday off. Milo and I might unsuccessfully try to fish.
Yeah,
I'm not willing to
gonna be an
say we'll
event.
make a catch, but might happen. And then Monday, Miners back here to face off against the Bucs. 2-1. Strike fired to the outside part of the plate, and we'll go to a 2-2 count.
Yeah, then the Bucs play the Chinooks next Tuesday. The Pilots on Wednesday. Back to the Chinooks on Thursday, and then the Miners again on Friday.
Another busy week next week. 2-2 pitch. Jack Zussman takes high and will go full to a second straight batter here. Cole Lux battling in these at-bats. He walked in the previous full count. We'll see what he does here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away in the top of the 5th inning. A 14-5 Bucs lead. The payoff pitch. Bounce towards third. Nelson fields it. Touches third base, cuts across the diamond, and it's in time. That's an unassisted 5-3 double play to bring the inning to a close. 14-5, the Bucs on top. We'll head to the last of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. We go to the home half here in the 5th. The Bucs on top of the American Legion All-Stars, 14-5. And the Bucs maybe adding some insurance, already up by 9, but you never know what will happen in one of these All-Star games. Sean Toger to lead things off here in the 5th. Tanner Hale stays on the mound for the Bucs, entering his second full inning of work. We saw in the middle of the inning, the head coach of Feather River College, Terry Baumgartner, who's one of the bench coaches tonight for the Legion All-Stars, come out and give him some advice. I believe it was on the leg kick, but I guess kind of helping your own team because he's pitching for the All-Stars. First pitch, fastball misses inside to Toger. Not many times you'll see a coach coaching someone wearing the other jersey.
Also, something you don't see too often, Grady Ferris is the third base coach right now for the Bucs. Pitcher.
1-0 pitch, line towards left field. That drops and rolls into the glove of the left fielder, Stephenson. Nice play by the left fielder to keep that one from going to the wall, and aboard with a single is Sean Toger.
Yeah, Ferris giving the signs. Everyone's laughing in the dugout. Funny stuff all around here.
Probably the biggest character on this team.
Yeah,
I think
very
it's safe
funny
to say that. Stephenson out there in left field, Wheeler in second, Johnson in right here in inning number 6. Wyland Nelson at the plate, takes first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 the count on the third baseman. Otto at first base, Dalton at second, Jonas at third, Reyes stays in over at short. It's the battery ram of Tanner Hale and Reese Sherman. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch. Fastball lined over the head of the shortstop Reyes. This one rolls all the way towards the warning track. Toger checks into third base safely. That's a nice single by Wyland Nelson. A 3-hit day for him, and there's runners on the corners with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, really nice piece of hitting from Nelson. Second time we've seen him go to that opposite side of the field, just laced over the shortstop's head. So, nice piece of hitting, and looking at Grady Ferris over there at third is just truly entertaining. And he told Sean Toger he stayed up. He had his hands up. You're not diving on this play. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. First pitch from Tanner Hale is outside to RJ Rue. You asked me who I think is most likely to be a coach of these players.
Yeah.
Grady Ferris would not have crossed my mind, or in the future
could
after
be,
the
yeah.
run. But, I mean, hey, he knows what he's doing apparently.
Yeah.
1 ball, no strikes to Rue, the lefty. Next pitch goes low. Runners on the corners here in the bottom of the 5th. I really want to see Wyland Nelson take off and Reese Sherman try to battle him on a stolen base. I feel like that would be a very fun battle. We'll see if the third baseman tries to steal a bag here. 2-0 pitch. Hit high in the air towards left field, tracking it, and making the grab is Stephenson. Runner tags from third and is in safely for a run in Sean Toger. And it's a 15-5 lead for the Bucs after a sac fly from RJ Rue. He got under that one, but just couldn't send it a little further out in left field. Another good play by Stephenson.
Yeah, nice routine play. Of course, he expects to make that one right in front of the track. But yeah, nice play out there. Rue just under it.
Ren Matsuzaki comes to the plate, the left-handed hitter. We had a little swap. We had Sherman hitting in front of Matsuzaki. Now it's Matsuzaki hitting in front of Sherman. Takes the first pitch, grounds it towards short. They'll throw the second, not in time. And all runners will be safe. So, shortstop tried to get a little fancy with it and go to second base, not in time. And there's 2 on with 1 away here.
Oh boy, this is funny stuff.
It's fun baseball.
They're very fun. But interesting to see the players go back and forth too. For the game tomorrow, Matsuzaki and Sherman are both getting decent action.
I know. Hey, catchers can go 2 days in a row. It's not the end of the world. First pitch hit high in the air towards center field by Cooper Siselski. Ranging over and making the over-the-shoulder catch is Wheeler. Runner tags and takes third base in Wyland Nelson, but a nice play out there in center field, and there's runners on the corners with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting number 28, J.D. Toki.
Yeah, nice play. A couple nice plays out in the outfield so far. Outfielders showing that they can track the balls out in center. These balls are hit high in the air.
Yeah, I mean, a lot higher than what you're going to see usually at the high school level. Jaden Toki at the plate. Check swing, first pitch. They say he didn't go around. So, nice job by Toki to hold off of that one. Toki wearing his bright yellow batting gloves.
Yeah, I
Looks
noticed
like
a couple of
something
them.
you'd see at like SpongeBob.
A couple of them do. Luke Taylor
Yes.
also wears bright yellow batting gloves.
We saw a yellow bat from one of the
True.
Legion All-Stars. Now,
Yeah.
that would be a great combo. Yellow gloves, yellow bat. 1-0 Toki lines one towards left field, drifting over and making the grab is Stephenson for out number 3. The Bucs put one on the board in the last of the 5th, but some good defensive plays keep the Legion All-Stars total at just 1 run given up. It's a 15-5 Bucs lead. We'll head to the final inning of play. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. We move to the 6th year at Mulcahy Stadium. The Bucs leading the Legion All-Stars 15-5 in a fun day of baseball in the 2025 Sladen Mull game. Legion All-Stars have made some nice plays. Bucs offense is rolling here. Now we'll see each team take their final at-bats of the day. Keegan Lennox comes into the game for the Bucs as a Legion All-Star. He'll be on the mound out of Service High School. He's an outfielder and a pitcher. Today doing pitching duties. He faces off against Keaton Capozzi to start off this inning. Holds the glove right in front of his eyes and now pitches. First pitch breaking ball finds the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count.
That was a nice pitch.
Yeah.
It had some speed on it as well.
Next pitch to Capozzi goes outside for a ball. Will even out the count at 1 apiece. Bucs leading 15-5. 7 hits for the Legion All-Stars, 14 for the Bucs here today. Both offenses have done a good job. Next pitch to Capozzi reaches inside. He moves his hips out of the way to avoid getting hit. Capozzi just wrapped up his junior year at Chugiak High School. Hit .222 in 18 games played over at Chugiak. 2-1 pitch. At 1. Grounded towards first, Muncie grabs it and will take a few steps to the bag in time. So, ground out to first base starts off the 6th inning for the Bucs defensively.
Representing post 20, number 5, Daniel Stephenson.
Gives away for Daniel Stephenson of Kenai post 20. Right-handed outfielder in the class of 2026. These 2026 players just wrapped up their junior year of high school and have 1 more year to go. First pitch to the right-hander. He wanted that one. He'll go outside, but he almost tumbled into the home plate area. Really wanted to attack the pitch.
And a good take.
The 1-0 pitch to Stephenson goes outside as well. Well, Milo, I think even though the scoreboard doesn't say, it's been a fun day of baseball for all these players.
Yeah, very fun, beautiful day, and of course, players just happy to go out there and play the game everyone loves. So, although, yeah, the score is Bucs 15, Legion 5, it was really just a win for everyone.
Hey, and if you're a Legion All-Stars, you can say
Exactly.
those runs came against the Bucs pitchers, so
There you go.
in a way, you won the game. 3-0 pitch called for a strike. We'll move it to a 3-1. Be like golf. You want the lower score. You can make any rules you want in an all-star game.
Okay. You want the lower score. That's an interesting one.
3-1. Hit sharply towards third. Nelson gets on his knees to make the grab. One bounce to Muncie in time. What a put out by Wyland Nelson. And there's 2 away in the top half of the 6th.
A really nice play from Nelson. He's had a couple nice plays. Nice pick a couple innings ago. Now nice dive. He bounced it too. Sometimes bouncing it doesn't look as pretty, but that was really smart. Gave Muncie a good hop.
Cole Lux, we just saw him on the mound. Now he'll be in the righty's batter's box. First pitch. He's taken low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Keegan Lennox on the mound for the Bucs. Legion All-Star playing on the defensive side of things for the Bucs here tonight. So this is an interesting case. Lux playing for both teams. Takes one towards short on a bounce. Toki gathers and bounces it into Muncie's glove for out number 3. And that's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 6th. Well, we'll play the bottom because why not?
Yeah.
It's a 15-5 Bucs lead. We had 3 more outs to go. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. Half an inning to go here at Mulcahy Stadium. 15-5. The Bucs on top of the Legion All-Stars. We'll play a full 6 innings because everyone loves baseball and everyone wants to play a full 6 here. Just about 2 hours into this one. Luke Barch, an Alaska native, will take the mound to end this game. He played with Eagle River, just like Cash Siebold.
Yeah.
We saw him on the mound, pitched a solid inning. And now it'll be Barch's turn. Now he's turned to the college ranks, plays over at Augustana, and has been a pretty good pitcher the last couple of years. Reese Sherman will be his battery mate, taking you around the diamond for one final time with this Legion All-Stars team. It'll be Guzman over at third, Reyes at short, Dalton at second, and Otto over at first. Around the diamond, Wheeler in left, Stephenson in center, and Johnson in right. Legion All-Stars, their defense has really come together and gelled over these last few innings.
Yeah, and they make a couple nice plays. Outfielders have been really tracking the ball well and finding the ball into the glove. So good stuff from the American Legion side to put out the routine plays and a couple nice diving plays too. So good showing.
It's the top of the lineup for the Bucs here in the bottom of the 6th. Pretty much the only time ever in baseball you're going to play a half inning and know the final score, know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Because usually this wouldn't be played, but they're going to let everyone have a chance to play here. It'll be James Cervencio to lead things off. He's had a solid day. 1 for 3, a pair of runs, and a walk.
A lot of at-bats, too.
Yeah,
Just in the 6th inning.
5 at-bats in 6 innings. Many players will take that. Sends the first pitch foul to the left side. Well, you mentioned earlier he's the league leader in batting average. Well, this won't count towards his batting average, and technically a 1 for 3 day would lower his batting average, so he'll take it.
True. Yeah, he's hitting up north of 400 in the regular season.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one almost grazes the feet of Provencio.
Wow.
Goes all the way to the backstop.
This has been a theme.
I
A lot
know.
of the pitchers on the hill have been close or hit the hitters.
I mean, it's a weird game where you might be warming up quicker than usual, and I mean, it's obviously weird seeing someone in your own
Right.
jersey in the batter's box. 1-1 to the lefty Provencio, poke towards left field, coming in and making the grab on his knees is Wheeler for out number 1. Nice play by the left fielder, and there's one away in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, another nice play.
Now batting, number 5, Austin Gamal.
Good showing on the defensive end for the American Legion side. So, they can play real well.
There'll be some fun games throughout the summer.
Yep.
Some here at Mulcahy. Obviously, the state series coming up in about a month and a half's time. So a lot of fun baseball to be played. First pitch to Austin Gamel hits his right shoulder. So that's going to be a hit by pitch by Luke Bart. To continue our trend, every single Bucs pitcher has hit a batter. And there's a 1 on with 1 out. Gamel's got to be disappointed with that one. Gets one more at bat in the first pitch. Doesn't hurt.
All right,
doesn't
one
get
more
to swing the
chance.
bat.
You got one more chance here.
Here we go. We made our home run picks.
Yeah.
It was Cooper Soselski for Milo, Nate Muncy for me. There's not been a home run today. Pickoff attempt to first, almost in time. Gamel just gets back. Bart took a weird sidearm pickoff attempt from the righty and almost got it there. Nice play by
He has an
Otto.
interesting windup.
Yeah.
Kind of comes from that 3/4 angle, but that check back was almost lower.
I know. He sets and fires, and Muncy took a big swing at that one and fouls it back. 0-1 the counts.
Yeah, that was a healthy hack right there from Nate Muncy.
Muncy with his beige wood bat waves it with the wind. Wind ever so slightly out to left field here on a beautiful night for baseball, nearing 70 degrees. Pickoff attempt to first again, not in time. Good job by the first baseman, Otto. He's fielding these pickoff attempts like a pro. Cody Otto out of Palmer Post 15, repping their blue uniforms. No balls, 1 strike on Nate Muncy. Next pitch. Poke towards left field. This could drop. A diving play, and he catches it. Oh, my goodness. Wheeler with another wedge jam. He lost his glasses, but the ball finds its way into his glove. Gabriel Wheeler.
Wow.
Now batting, number 8, Sean Toker.
Well,
What a
the story
play.
of these last couple innings has
Yeah.
been these outfielders for the Legion All-Stars. Nate Muncy robbed of a hit there. I'm not sure a lot of college players are going to make that play. Sean Toger comes to the plate. First pitch goes outside. Yeah, I mean, it was a bloop, looked like a bloop single,
Yeah.
as there's been all day. And Wheeler just laid out. You could see his glasses fly off his hat, or maybe it was off his eyes. I'm not sure if he's wearing out there and left. But an excellent play. 1-0 pitch is fouled off to the left
Wow.
side.
Look at this shift. It reminds me of the old MLB when they were
Third
shift
baseman.
over. Yeah, third baseman's playing shortstop right now.
Guzman's at short. Reyes, the shortstop, is at second, which actually came to his advantage 2 innings ago because
Yeah,
he was
it's
playing
true.
there and had a nice play, pickoff attempt to first, not in time. So the shift has worked.
Yeah, and the rule in the MLB is that 2 infielders have to be on the left side of second and 2 on the right, and it looks like
He's like just
it's
straddling
just
the
on
line
the
right
line.
now. 1-1 pitch to Toger. Bounce towards first. Otto on his knees. It bounces off his glove in the foul territory, but he gloved it in fair territory, so that will be a single. Sean Toger reaches, and there's runners at first and second base for
Now batting, number
Wylan
23,
Nelson. Nelson's had a great day in the field. Austin Gamel at second base. Sean Toger at first. Bucks down to their last out. They lead 15-5 in the bottom of the 6th inning, an abbreviated 6-inning game here. A beautiful night for baseball. First pitch fouled back. 2025 Sladen Mole game coming to an end, but as we mentioned, plenty of fun action in Alaska Legion Ball, and obviously the Alaska Baseball League coming up across the summer. The Bucks returning to action tomorrow against the Miners. These Legion players, different times they'll return to play, but
Yeah.
over the next couple of days.
It's really interesting for the Bucks now. 2 dominant wins back to back. You wonder how that's going to affect them and their mindset. Because, listen, you're not going to beat everyone by 10 runs.
No, but-
so you have to stay doing what you know best. And, it's definitely mental.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nelson. Barge with a long wait. Checks the runner at second, now throws. It's a fastball outside. We saw week 1 of the regular season. It was 4 big wins, 4 offensive showings, and then at the start of this week, the offense quieted down. You're not going to score 10 runs every game, but if you're doing it in 6 of every 8,
Right.
I mean, that's pretty good. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. A home run swing from Wyland Nelson. And the Bucs down to their last strike of the game. 15-5, Bucs lead, runners at first and second base. Luke Barch on the mound for the Legion All-Stars, the Bucs right-handed pitcher. Sets out of the belt, checks the runner at second and throws a looping curveball, and it just misses outside. And we'll go full here on Nelson.
And now at third base, coaching is Jack Giordano.
Everyone's getting a try at this whole
Everyone's
coaching thing. I can't see who's over at first.
Yeah, me neither.
3 balls, 2 strikes, payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left side. Whoever it is not very close to the bag, as there's no runner at first.
True. Trying to see. I don't know. Oh no, Jim.
We'll find it. We'll find it out later, I'm sure. We'll do the payoff pitch once again. That one goes outside, and drawing the full count walk is Wyland Nelson. That leaves the bases loaded for R.J. Rue. Rue, 0 for 3 today. He sent a towering fly ball to the warning track last inning. A nice play by the left fielder.
I'm looking at your scorebook right now. It's like almost every box is filled.
Yeah, I mean, the Bucs have almost hit around the order 2 or 3 times today. First pitch to Rue. Hits the outside part of the zone. 0-1 the count. This is one of the scorebooks of all time. I mean, we've had position changes every single inning for Legion All-Stars. We've seen probably 10 different pitchers tonight. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off to the left side. 0-2 the count. But hey, everyone scores their own way.
Exactly.
Last night when we had our stream issues, I also had some trouble scoring. So we'll get back on track tomorrow.
Yes.
But hey, it looks kind of pretty enough. Went with pencil tonight. That was a smart
it's very
choice.
pretty.
0-2 pitch. Rue bounces it back to Barch, the pitcher. He underhand tosses it to Otto at first, and that brings today's game to a close. The Bucs win 15-5, but the most important thing, everyone had fun at the 2025 Slade and Mole game. The fans on both sides give everyone a nice round of applause. And my love, just a feel-good game here tonight at Mulcahy Stadium.
Very feel-good game. And of course, the score in the end, 15-5, but that doesn't really matter as both teams are going to shake hands now. Not a normal sight you would see during the ABL season, so every player is going to fist bump in front of home plate. Just a great day of baseball. Very celebratory and all around, just a fun time here at Mulcahy.
Yeah, fun to see all the different uniforms. And we talked, there was 8 coaches for the Legion All-Stars from 7 different schools. They're all wearing different ones. I can't tell who's wearing the purple one, but that's a great uniform, whoever coach that is.
True.
But very, very fun day of baseball, and the Bucs now, they have a chance to relax a little bit today. Got the big win, but back to business tomorrow against the Miners. Do we have a score check on that one? See,
get it.
The Miners are still in the lead.
Let's see. We got 8-3, Matsu on top.
So the Miners likely to win that one. The Bucs enter today up 2 games. The lead will go back down to a game and a half with the Miners win. So a big series. 2 games, one on Friday, one on Monday for control of the Alaska Baseball League first place title. Still early, but it's always fun to scoreboard watch.
Yep.
Back to the games that count tomorrow, but that's just about going to wrap up our coverage of today's 2025 Sladen Mole game. For Milo Hoffman, my name is Alex Burstein. Your final score from Mulcahy Stadium, it's the Anchorage Bucs 15, the Legion All-Stars 5. Have a great night.